Money FM 89.3, the best of Saturday mornings. Singapore Homebrew on Money FM 89.3.
We are going to start now by talking to Sheryo, a Singaporean artist who is featured along with her husband Yok in this year's Singapore Night Festival at their experimental art called Kampong Chill that is right down at the capital, Singapore, the old theater down there. They have an interactive bamboo sanctuary that gives an experience of slowing down and appreciating Singapore's island heritage. Sheryo, thanks for coming in today. It's great to have you with us.
Hi, what's up,
hey,
everyone?
What's up? You're up. You're awake on a Saturday morning. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. Thanks for having me, though.
It's an absolute pleasure. We both went to your exhibition last week. We thought it was fabulous as part of the Singapore Night Festival. Let's kick off with that. Tell us about your work.
So Kampong Chill is an island time sanctuary, a time squandering establishment for busy bee Singaporeans to learn how to slow down and switch off.
Explain, give us a visual. What is it when they walk into it? It's a physical space you can walk into. Tell us about it.
So it's basically 15 bamboo structures together with lots of light boxes that remind us of Singapore signages. And it's shrouded by a green netting, which we are quite familiar with as Singaporeans. So it basically looks like a bit of a... So the space was made to be a place of transformation. And in Singapore, when you see these construction sites with green netting, it feels like a place of progress and transformation. So that's what we're trying to bring to Singaporeans. When they go in there, hopefully they get transported and they switch off and they leave with island time techniques or skills that would bring them some transformation.
Tell us about the decorations inside, though, because there's certain things you can do once you go inside of this big exhibit that you've created.
So there are many light boxes around the bamboo sections and furniture, like custom furniture you can sit on and just switch off in the middle. The centerpiece is a TV with a film that showcases all of Singapore's sunsets and ocean ripples around the island. The film is made to be really meditative and slow, so you kind of just sit and drone out. There's lots of greenery. We encourage people, back in the day in the kampongs, we have a TV set and all the neighbors gather around to sit and just sit and watch something together and kind of just wind down together. They talk to each other about their day. So this is kind of what we're trying to foster, human connection.
What was the process between you and the Singapore Night Festival? Did they approach you? Did you approach them? And I'm just curious to know how the concept started and how it went through.
So about 10 years ago during SG50, I was invited to go to France for a show curated by the National Heritage Board. And during then, I got to know the curator, David Chu, and he came to Bali and came to my studio, and I gave him a book that we had written titled Island of Vietnamnesia, which is a mystical island we discovered on a jet ski. The book talks about slowing down and what a perfect world would be. We wrote it during the pandemic as a form of escapism, I guess.
And then that led to David contacting you for this, or?
So he read the book. He thought it was perfect for the theme Island Nights. So here we are.
There you go. Sheryo, you've been a professional artist for quite a long time, more than 10 years, right? How long have you been doing your art?
Probably, since I was a kid, and then I went to art school. I would say forever.
Yeah, where'd you go to art school?
Temasek Polytechnic.
Temasek Poly. Okay, and then after Poly, you just went on and were doing art full time?
I just knew I wanted to travel. So I always traveled and I painted murals and I wanted to explore. So that kind of led from, I don't know, being in Cambodia to all around Southeast Asia. I just wanted adventures. I wanted stories to tell my friends.
Do you remember the first trip you took after you got out of Poly and when you were going overseas for the first time? Do you remember where that was, what you did?
That was...
In terms of working as an artist.
So when I graduated, the first trip I wanted to do was on the Orient Express.
Wow. Okay.
You set your sights very high.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was what I wanted to do, but I didn't end up doing it. I didn't have the guts to do it alone, and none of my friends even remotely wanted to do that with me. Yeah. So I kind of settled for Taiwan. I know, boring, but met up with some friends so that... Okay, so I guess I just want to say that, one of my highlights was one day I just felt really bored with work. So I packed a little day pack, 4 sets of clothing, a swimsuit, and then after work I went down to Changi Airport and I went to Air Asia, the booth, and I asked, "Oh, what's the next flight out?"
Get out, really? You did that?
Yeah, I did that.
This is like from a movie or something.
No, I just wanted adventure. I was so bored, so I just went on adventures. So I'll do that. I'll do some silly things. I have a thing where I follow interesting strangers when I'm traveling. I don't really plan. I'm like pretty organic. And then I met Yok on my travels.
So where did you go first? Where did you go? You said take me on a flight anywhere. Where did that plane land?
I landed in Krabi at 11 p.m. at night.
You can do worse though, right?
Yeah.
Krabi's pretty nice.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't do any research and I didn't have a place to stay. I took a bus without knowing anything about the town. I saw a McDonald's and I was like, even that should be all right. That should be the stop I get off at. There should be things around there. A McDonald's. Yeah.
McDonald's saved your trip.
Yeah.
Or started your trip.
No, it started it.
To listen to the full interview, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.